That is what I normally would be saying for this event, but instead I get to say, get comfortable, adjust the audio levels on your phone or computer, and feel free to enjoy your lunch. We're so excited to have you here today. Welcome to Northern Star Scouting's Distinguished Citizen Sponsor Appreciation. My name is Nicholas Leapins, and I am a soon-to-be Eagle Scout from Troop 9045 in St. Paul. I'm really excited to be here with you today. I am here to represent more than 53,000 youth served by Scouting. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's Sponsor Appreciation event in honor of, drumroll please, young people. Thank you so much for supporting the youth in our community. In the next 20 minutes, we will provide you with a brief update on how your support impacts kids in Scouting. You will hear from past distinguished citizens, and we will highlight your company as a sponsor and show the impact you are making in kids' lives. And don't miss out on Syria, one of our newest members to Scouting. She asks you, can you imagine swinging an axe and almost cutting your legs off? Stay tuned to hear her amazing journey. Many of you were personally invited to invest in young people by a member of our energetic committee. The names of all committee members are listed on the screen. Their personal commitment, support, and efforts have made this non-event a resounding success. This year, your generosity and significant financial commitments will benefit the largest youth-serving agency in the Twin Cities community, Northern Star Scouting. Before we announce the total dollars raised to support youth, let's hear from several of the committee members.
As honored as I am to be here this evening, I humbly believe we're here to celebrate something even bigger and more important, and that's Scouting and the important role that Scouting plays in the development of our young people.
So Scouting meant a lot to me. It continues to mean a lot and grow with the times, and I think has been ahead of the times, but there's a lot that hasn't changed with Scouting, and it's timeless, and that's what we've heard before. It's great ability to build character in youth. You know, in today's society, I think we certainly can use things like kindness, loyalty, trustworthiness, cheerfulness, obedience, reverence, cleanliness, thriftiness. I mean, these are all things that when people possess those qualities, they add to society.
And leadership that enables you to try, support, learn to follow as well as lead, but always a focus on learning. Experiential learning, learning that allows you to test your boundaries, occasionally fail, but stand up and brush yourself off and get back in the ball game. That's what Scouting is all about.
But most importantly, we're contributing to the future of America. Civility is one of the most important things that we should seek and celebrate and protect. And maybe never more than in an election year, it becomes more evident that we need to make sure that this wonderful era, this next generation of understanding what it's like to be in a brotherhood, in a fraternity, in a sorority, to be together with one mission. Tonight, that's what we're celebrating, and all of your support and your presence here tonight makes that happen.
But many in our city are not born into homes with a Scouting tradition. Yet many of these are the very children that will benefit most from the mentoring and teaching of a caring Scoutmaster. They can begin a life of achievement through the earned self-esteem that comes from demonstrating mastery in a whole host of merit badge pursuits. They can learn the healthy benefits of competing with their peers in an environment that rewards, rewards learning and service to others.
Thank you for those kind words. This year, our community and the nation have been transformed by things no one could have ever predicted. A global pandemic and social unrest have changed this community's landscape permanently. In the spring, restaurants, businesses, and schools began shutting down, keeping families at home and youth away from their peers during formative years of their social growth. However, because of people like you and the 11,000 dedicated Scouting volunteers, it was an issue Northern Star Scouting was well prepared for. Immediately, Scouts began meeting virtually, working on merit badges from home. Planned campouts at local council properties became camp-ins in living rooms and backyards. And then, Scouts did what they do best, they began reaching out to meet their community's needs. Scouts collected food and supplies for food shelters and families in need. They teamed up with hospitals, nursing homes, and local clinics to make or deliver masks. And they assisted in sweeping up debris and cleaning up on Lake Street. Scouts came out in droves to assist their neighbors and the wider community. However, as Northern Star looked at everything happening, we saw that there was still something missing from the community. In all this activity, we saw that kids still couldn't talk to their peers and experience life outside of their homes. I am so proud to say that we met that need when we decided to keep camps open. By keeping camps open, youth were able to experience time with their peers and get a chance for social growth in a critical time frame of their lives. Following all social distancing and safety precautions, more than 4,000 youth attended camp with 0 cases of COVID-19. Northern Star didn't stop at offering camp this summer when it was announced that many schools were planning to offer distance-only learning. Scouting stepped up again for the community. Right now, Scouting's base camp at Fort Snelling is being used for school-aged youth to have a safe place to learn while with their peers while their schools are giving digital lessons. This year, the community has definitely transformed, and Scouting is and will continue to be right here to help meet every need for every youth in our community. Thanks to you, every person on this call, your help provides real opportunities for youth. Opportunities to experience social growth, to learn in a time of distance, and to make a difference in a time of unrest. Thank you for being here today to ensure a future for our community and provide Scouting to everyone. To tell you a little bit more about Scouting's outreach programs, we are joined by Syria Jiang. She is a scout from Troop 60, chartered to Hope Community Academy in Minneapolis. She is one of the newest members of the Scouting family, and she will share with us the impact Scouting has had on her life. Syria?
Can you imagine swinging an axe and almost cutting your legs off? I certainly haven't. But until my second camping experience in Scouts. All my life, I had never gone camping, and seeing how my cousins were in Scouting, I felt left out. I could sense that I was missing out on a lot of outdoor experiences in my life. One eventful night, my aunt and cousins reached out to me with the opportunity to join the troop. I was shocked, of course. I didn't think girls could join Boy Scouts. It was January of 2019 when I first met Troop 60. I knew when I first stepped into the doors of our meeting place, I was going to have the most memorable time of my life. As soon as I joined, I became a senior patrol leader. Now, I had no idea what an SPL was or what it stood for, which made me extremely nervous. The first step to my leadership was gaining my confidence by getting to know my troop. Lots of expectations were set in goal for me as a leader, but it only amplified my interest in Scouting even more. At first, being SPL wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, until some troop members were starting to distance themselves and didn't participate. Being a leader was lonely and stressful at times, especially when my troop would struggle to participate and listen. But I'm glad I experienced some hardships and learned to communicate with my troop better as they started to participate more. Hopefully, they'll see my efforts and become good leaders themselves. After being SPL for what felt like a million years, our Scoutmaster finally gave us the opportunity to camp for the first time with some Cub Scouts at Camp Akela. I was so excited that I couldn't sleep all night. And then it occurred to me. There was a problem. Remember when I said I didn't have any camping experience? Well, that was very apparent when we got to our campsite. Everyone immediately started putting their tents up, and while I stood there just confused, I pretended to set up my tent when I didn't know how to. So many questions crossed my mind until someone finally helped. I was saved, well, from embarrassment at least. Setting up a tent wasn't so hard after all. At Camp Akela, I learned many things that I never knew before, like how scary ticks can be and the fun in camping. I couldn't wait for our next camping trip. It had finally come, the big summer camping trip at Minnie Point. in under 30-degree weather and over 80-degree weather. Like our Scout motto, I felt so prepared for the rain, heat, mosquito bites, and cold nights ahead. Now that was a very real camping experience because the 6-hour drive nearly knocked me off my socks after setting up my tent. This was real, and you can tell because it was the kind of experience you'd have when you wake up a little cold and a little sore. Now, here's an experience I'll never forget. The first time I used an axe. It was a misty afternoon as my troop and I set up the campfire. Now, a campfire needs wood, and the wood needs to be cut somehow. So my scoutmaster pulls out this axe from our shelter, and everyone starts taking turns. In actuality, it's pretty dangerous. I mean, I learned to put up my tent just 2 months ago, and now I'm swinging an axe. And of course, just to be safe, I watched everyone demonstrate how to properly swing an axe. I thought it wasn't so difficult as I kept on watching. Time passes and suddenly it's my turn. I trust that I would probably not hurt myself until I accidentally swing too hard and barely miss my legs. Thank God I was in the right posture. I could have lost a leg there. That week was the best week of my scouting experience. This summer, my troop and I decided to take the longest trip together from St. Paul to Bayport. I definitely had my doubts. Was I going to make it? Would I last over 40 miles long? I then decided that the only way I could move forward was by pushing myself, just as everyone, including my brother, did on our last bike ride to the U of M, even though they wanted to give up. When I put myself on that bike, I felt nauseous and dizzy. The whole ride to Bayport was so draining, and I felt sick to my stomach. Turned out pancakes are not a good snack for a bike ride. I had the worst headache ever. My brakes were broken, and my stomach hurt, and I almost gave up. But when I saw my troop persevering and doing their best, it motivated me to try even harder. I couldn't believe my eyes when we reached Bayport. I got off my bike and almost collapsed. But I held on strong. We even biked all the way back. We knew coming back home with sore feet and a broken bike would feel so accomplishing. I thought to myself, if I could do this, I can do anything. I would love to thank my aunt and my cousins for bringing me and pushing me to join Boy Scouts and Scouting. I'm thankful for the experience I've built with my troop. And thank you too for everyone watching today. Years from now, I'll be able to look back on my youth and remember the memories I've built in scouting. With better leadership and communication skills, I'll be able to use them every day, reminding me of the importance that scouting has had on me.
Thank you, Syria, for sharing those amazing adventures with us. All right, now is the time you've been waiting for. Let's reveal the total support raised to help local youth learn and grow. Check it out. Wow, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. Because of you, Scouting can focus directly on program delivery for urban outreach programs, benefiting those who need Scouting the most but can least afford it. A very special thank you to our grand sponsors, Ecolab, Mortensen Construction, and Greg Page. In addition, those great individuals and organizations are joined by our wonderful event sponsors. Their names are listed on the screen. Thank you, event sponsors. Of course, this event would not be complete without all of the companies and individuals who provided sponsorships. Their names are listed here. Thank you, sponsors. You are truly making a difference for the young people in our community. And to give you one last look at some of the amazing things that happen in Scouting, check out this annual meeting highlights video.
I love them because I get to do things that I don't get to do at school and I don't get to do at home. And I get all these unique experiences and opportunities that really aren't offered anywhere else. And I do have quite a few merit badges. I have 112 out of the 137, but it didn't start as something of I want to earn all of them. It was more of something I want to challenge myself to see how many I can get, and I want to get introductions to all of these topics that I could possibly gain.
Out of all my years I've been at school, I've never called anybody my best friend. It's kind of just really hard to find those people that are willing to stay there by your side to actually help you when you're going through rough times. It's really hard to find those people. I call the people in my troop brothers and sisters. They feel like actual siblings to me.
Northern Star Council is very fortunate in their National Youth Leadership because we have so many staff and so many people willing to come and engage with our program. So I'm really glad that I'm able to be a part of that and try and teach the next generation to be good leaders and good people.
Our troop is about 15 to 20% kids of Asian descent, primarily Indians. And I think a lot of that is because they see me in a leadership role, and they realize this is a program that is open to everybody, and it's a diverse program that, as kids are in those formative years, if you will, of being teenagers, it can provide them so many different opportunities for leadership, for character development.
Wow, isn't that impressive? As you can see, Scouting makes a tremendous impact in the lives of youth and in the health of the community. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure to be here with you today. On behalf of Northern Star Scouting, thank you for your generosity and support of young people like me. We are concluded. Have a great day.